Hello and welcome to Join the Anarchy, the interactive Shadowrun Anarchy campaign here live on Twitch. How are we doing tonight, y'all?
Trav is doing chipmunk
face.
Yeah, that
Beaver,
face.
perhaps?
That's my regular face it's my natural state. I put on this face
cool.
so, for you guys. So
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Oh, okay.
You be who you are.
I know,
Trav.
it's the best I can do.
Stop hiding
Stop.
yourself.
So let's get started. I know we got started a little late. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. One, I'm going to Gen Con.
Yay!
Yes.
I'm so jealous.
I know. I get to. I'm gonna take all the pictures with all the Shadowcasters and hang out with them and all that, and hang out with you guys. So if you are at Gen Con in Indianapolis, I will be there like Thursday to Sunday. So hop in, say hi. I don't bite unless you want me to.
That's so fun.
Oh my. Second, if you haven't noticed, I mean, I've been retweeting this a lot. Radio Free Detroit has now actually become a thing. Palmer in chat is basically making this happen, and Ziggy, the troll shadowrunning philosopher, is now getting his own show. And first episode is already up, and voice acted by me. So
I thought it
Amazing.
sounded like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
You
damn,
said it
they
sounded
have
great.
really like close Ziggies, and I was like, I think this is Oz.
Yep. So definitely go and check that out. Palmer put a link there in the Twitch chat. And they got a Patreon going up and everything. So that's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing them. They're like little 5-minute
8 minutes.
aroundish. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna they'll be somewhere within like 5 minutes and 8 minutes, something like
fun.
that. Little drops to help you ponder your day and know about the ice creams and the weather.
Short and sweet.
Yes.
Ice creams.
And my third announcement is I finally did that thing that I said I was going to do of listening to that episode we did during the streamathon to see who would win the raffle. We only did have 4 suggestions that night. So and one of them is Avenzi, so he actually can't win because that would be a conflict of interest. So sorry, Damien. So this is actually a 3-person raffle for $50 on Drive Through RPG.
Wow.
And by 3-person, I mean Soy Mage has 2 entries and Chummer Jim has 1.
So Chummer Jim has a chance of winning, and I'm actually gonna put my money down on Chummer Jim. Here we go.
Right. So the
Double,
winner of
double. I'm going for
$50
Soy
on
Mage.
Drive Through RPG is Soy Mage for Exodus.
Oh.
What up? Give me your money.
So congrats, Soy Mage. That's $50 motherfucking dollars on Drive Through RPG, which is more than enough to buy yourself a copy of Shadowrun Anarchy.
Yeah, or the fucking Witcher tabletop that's coming out at Gen Con. Oh my god, you guys, are you fucking
What?
ready? Are you ready? They announced that it's coming out at Gen Con, dude!
That's so exciting. You
Like
should do
RPG
that.
tabletop?
The
Guys, I know they have a
fucking
board
Witcher
game.
RPG tabletop releasing at Gen Con. Hopefully it'll be on Drive Through RPG. If you have $50, I'm sure you'll be able to get it. But don't definitely, like, I'm not biased. Like, fucking, let's just, fucking Shadowrun Anarchy. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I will write that down on my things to look up to make sure I stop by and do.
Yes, dude.
You can play 2 and like 2, Trav. That's also allowed. You can also like anarchy and
That's
Witcher.
not what my contract says.
Well, all I know is this a potential new show that we need to make happen?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
My hair permanently blow in the wind during this.
Yeah.
Just have like a fan somewhere nearby.
I'm in a dungeon blowing in the wind.
And last but not least, I don't know about you guys, but I like my new microphone setup, huh?
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention it. I got this new software thing that's made my voice sound nice and podcasty. So hopefully I'll like it, and I'll be rolling that out on the cast soon. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sound like chumps.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know that my microphone used to be good. So
What's happening, Trav?
you wanted to hire me for any voice work.
Going with the chipmunk theme.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oscor's
I can do
microphone
that.
leveled up. No,
For
motherfucker has
40
the
hours.
same microphone as I do. He's just
Yeah.
put time and dedication into it.
throwing some
It's literally the same.
software over to.
Literally the
Yeah,
same.
that's
Good
literally all it is.
stuff.
But so worth it, and I'm glad I got to do it. The only reason I couldn't do it beforehand was because I was on Windows 7. Now that I've upgraded to 10, that's when I was like, okay, now I'm gonna, okay. So anyway,
Spicy meatball.
yes. So all right. So pleasantries aside, let's talk join the anarchy. So for those of you who are new in chat, we are completely improvised and interactive Shadowrun Anarchy tabletop RPG game. So we are monitoring chat as we play, and like at an improv show, you're going to be making suggestions, except you get to make suggestions all the time, although, you know, sometimes we'll prompt you for ideas. And every time that we like an idea of yours, we will take a plot point, which helps us mechanically in the game, and you, for providing the awesome idea, get a raffle ticket, which is good for $15 at Drive-Thru RPG, which is enough to buy yourself a copy of Shadowrun Anarchy or other such wonderful RPG-related content. Then let's see, and we also have the stream boss up at the top right there, which the way that it works is anytime that you help support the channel with follows, bits, donations, and subscriptions, which by the way, Amazon Prime, if you have it, you get a month subscription free, no cost to you, that you can just go ahead and be like, bink, and you can go ahead and do that to Shadowcasters Network. If you've already done this before, double check. It might have already run out. Anyway, so yeah, so anytime that you help our channel, we knock down HP from that stream boss, and when it hits 0, you become the stream boss, whoever did the killing blow, and then people have to defeat you. And the last stream boss at the very end of the night will earn the right to create an NPC with me for the next session. Also, every time that the stream boss is defeated, we all get a point of edge, which helps us reroll stuff. So, so it's still helpful to do it throughout the show. So if you want to support the characters and their endeavors, that's how you do it. So our previous stream boss was the homoerotic unicorn, who helped create an interesting NPC. Let's see
Oh my
where
gosh, I'm
this goes.
so excited to meet that NPC.
Is it a homoerotic unicorn?
No.
You'll find out.
No.
Darn.
Oh, no?
Spoilers, it's not. Yeah.
All right. Cancel the show.
Shame.
We're out. Yeah.
Disappointment. And all right. Well then, aside from that, I think we're done. So let's talk actual session stuff.
Shop.
And yeah, let's talk shop. Let's introduce our players. I'm Oz. I'm the GM. I've already been talking for like a lot. Deliverance.
My name is Scrim, and I play Deliverance, who is a Christian blood mage. Recently discovered her abilities in blood magic, and she's not really sure what to do about it. The last little bit, she after her first experience with it, she fasted for a couple days because she felt a little unclean, but has been experimenting again a little bit lately. She is a mother of 3 and is not too sure about how that is going to coincide with her life as a Shadowrunner going forward. So things are heating up for Deliverance, and it's going to be an interesting ride from here on out.
Excellent. Fritz.
What's up? My name's Trav, aspiring voice actor and professional babyface. I play Fritz, the German elf technomancer with a lot of PhDs and possibly some dementia, and probably still several concussions. Yeah, he's very paranoid, And that's that's pretty much it for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Solid intro.
Solid.
I do this every other week.
Well, you know what? Here comes an even more solid intro, Voltar.
Hi, I'm Paige. I play a character named Voltar. She is a completely cybernetic person, human being thing. She recently got her arms done. They look fabulous, by the way. And she is kind of monotone, blank. She's finally getting into her own little hobbies, bowling including. She sucks horribly at it, but I mean, whatever. I think she can kick people, and I think that's good. I think that, yeah. Paige, I don't know if I said my name. Hi.
Hi, Paige.
Hi, Paige.
This is normal.
Yeah. And so, that's, please let me know when to contact you about that. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just on Discord. Just let me know what you want. You got my Discord.
Also, just a solid side note. Just Oz and I both having Pidgeotto haircuts is
Jealous.
we're both we're just the same person now.
No, we both happen to get haircuts at the same time.
Can barely tell the difference.
Hey,
The same,
hey,
almost the
Scrim?
same haircut.
Yeah, Scrim,
Yeah.
do you wanna team up and get our twin haircuts so we can do special?
What's your next color? I love all your fun hair colors.
I don't know. Should think
Just-
about it.
Call me.
Just
Call me.
anything on the RGB spectrum, because then you can fit in with the rest of the female Twitch streamers.
There we go.
That's
I
like that's like a
leaned
solid thing.
into the aging. That's what I did.
Ooh.
Going with gray.
All right. So, previously, bam! Palmer just became the stream boss. Everyone get Edge. Thank you,
Oh
Palmer.
my gosh, Palmer.
That gave
Donating
me
$5.
edge.
Thank you.
I feel like
It's not a serious burn. It's a fucking wide Twitch knowledge that every female streamer has colored hair.
Yeah, I think every female streamer that I see, like, randomly, yeah, their hair is colored.
They even joke about it
I love
themselves.
that. I love bright color hair. So fun.
Yeah, I almost did it, but I didn't because I'm a bitch. Take it away, Oz.
Yeah.
This is
so
gonna be a
previous-
weird episode.
Guys, this is it's
Possibly,
good.
let's
You've done
see.
a good.
So
Yeah,
previously
how much
on previously on Join the Anarchy, the the characters finally the team finally got back from Zitlan from Tenochtitlan from their run and they cashed in on that mess and they got home. And they got back to Detroit via cruise ship smuggling and had some experiences back in Detroit in their personal lives. Voltar got her new cool cyber arm upgrade, as well as an enigmatic conversation with her father, Colton Copper, who works for Ares. Fritz
Oh, yeah,
has
that's something that I did mention.
and also
One of the most important
realize
things.
she can't do bowling and she's getting very frustrated at how much she sucks even though she's trying to achieve perfection. Fritz is experienced his dementia when he returned. The amount of information he has on the previous run is kind of questionable, so he might not actually remember all of the details of that. And he was had an experience hanging out in Deliverance's comic shop basement, basically healing up, talking to her daughter Amy, realizing that she's gifted and also a bit of a has a drinking problem, or at the very least, she's
doesn't
drinking.
in this
has
world?
not a drinking problem yet. She's too young to have a problem
experimenting.
yet.
She's
Yeah.
got it figured out.
Yeah. She's got to try the vodka, then the Jack, then then the Heineken, and Deliverance is trying to figure out how she's going to balance her family life with all of the danger that she's inadvertently put them in, although then again, they may have squeaked away clean from Tenochtitlan. But in the process, she found she mixed her current Christian theurgist abilities with her old life's the life that she put behind, the blood magic, and they have melded together into this blood-fused, self-sacrificing Christian theurgy, which she now has she's got some pretty cool mechanics added to her character now. So ability unlocked, and in the process summoned a guardian ally spirit who is now basically perched on top of her home, protecting her family.
Damn right.
Damn right. So
it was pretty fun, this transition.
Yes. Aside from that, I think also Voltar, you gotta talk to Gage at some point to figure out when to do the shipment. Figure out what's going on with his gun shipments, that they just keep getting stolen. That's your weapons dealer. And I think that's everything. So we're going to skip ahead about 2 months from the moment that we ended. We are now in June in Detroit. It's hot. It's dry. And generally it's just unpleasant. Ziggy, of course, you're the troll shadowrunning philosopher, pops up on Radio Free Detroit in your podcast, letting you know to eat the ice creams. It's hot. Too hot for shadowrunning. And leaves you, of course, with some philosophical quotes to make you ponder life. So it is now June. You haven't seen each other in a while. The money the new yen that you've made, on that previous Tenochtitlan job, is now finally starting to run dry. Your living expenses are just chewing it all up, and here you are, back at square one. So why don't we go around, let's have each person kind of talk about maybe something that they did in the past 2 months. Let's start with whoever wants to take it away. Alternatively, the chat...
Not everybody at once.
Yeah. Alternatively, chat, you can maybe provide a scene for them to do in their personal lives.
Yeah.
As a little bit of backdrop, I think Deliverance... like I said, she, after her experience in the comic book shop, where she first experienced the stigmata and used blood magic again in this new form, she took it very seriously and sort of the ecstasy, the rush and stuff that she wanted to feel that again, but she wanted to be disciplined, and she fasted and she prayed, and she actually hasn't accessed it since. She has been using magic here and there. She's thought about doing it, but she ultimately decided that she wouldn't go for it unless it was necessary. That was the rule she made for herself, despite a little bit of other experimentation. And so she's been spending time with her family and is back to her regular life, and she's feeling normal again for a while, but there's always this little bit in the back of her mind that she's going to have to go out again, and she has a little bit of a feeling of dread, but she's also very excited because her husband is returning from deployment very soon.
Yes, Sergeant Abraham.
What a name.
Master Sergeant Abraham Jackson.
Oh.
All right, Fritz or Voltar?
God, ahead, Travis.
I'm still
After
trying to
you.
formulate what I would do.
Well,
So I mean,
Okay.
you
Well,
have
I-
that
chat,
business.
chat, give them a key word to start them off on their scene. It could be anything.
I do
Still an ice
have
cream car?
I do have an
Ice cream
idea.
star.
I will say that I've been kind of Travis has kind of been into some Batman and superhero bullshit. So I will say that plot point, there has been quite the summer crime spree in Detroit. It may not be too hot for shadow running, but Ares has their handful of trying to contain all the delinquents, one of which is a very large Russian troll named the Swoller Bear, who has been stealing people's ice cream trucks. And for like some sort of mafia means, you decide, chat. But thank you, Gray Man. Just big Swoller, yeah. There's some footage that's going around on the Shadow Net of this big dude like throws this guy out of a thing, and like someone was recording with like AR or cell phone or something, and he just like looks at him and points, and he's like, "I'm the Swoller Bear," and then like drives off. That was not a Russian accent,
Also
but
Duncan.
whatever.
Yeah, right?
It was very
Also
Duncan.
Duncan.
I'll point it to
Hold on. I'm the Swoller Bear, and then fucking goes off.
There you
whatever.
go.
Too busy
What a
fucking
name.
try to make German happen.
I love it.
I don't
Yeah,
know, it's
the
the
Swoller
isn't
Bear.
Don't I don't know, maybe there's a vigilante dude that's going around with a predator gauntlet. Shouldn't he be?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is Detroit too. This isn't Seattle.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I think Volter got in these time span. Before I say anything that will mess this up, I have not done the gun run yet because I feel like she would have right away.
Yes, so Gage will let you know that there are currently no shipments planned.
Okay.
Which is why you haven't been, but like as soon as he like there should be a shipment coming up soon, actually, very soon. So so you've been just basically waiting around for Gage to be like, okay, we're making a move finally to steal some shipments, because right now he's doing pretty okay, and usually you don't when you're a weapons dealer, you have a very limited supply that you steal from, and then you sell from that, and then like you're not basically a gun shop where you just have everything coming in legally. You know, you have to go through a lot of extra heist hoops to get those. So
That's
yeah.
fair. Within these 2 months, Volter has been training, doing more with stealth, since most of the stories and mission reports that she's been telling her father, she's been very upfront, and he wants to make her perfect in every way. So he's been telling her to brush up on her stealth skills a little bit, and he also said with that, we can upgrade your legs, finally. So she went under that as well.
Well,
And
hello.
so she's been
extra oil. Stop the squeaking.
Yeah. So she's been working, basically feeling her new legs and training.
Yeah, new
probably doing some
materials. They
small
definitely
jobs.
like
Yeah.
they like fold at the knee. They bend at the knee and at the ankles and like the toes. Just like everything is just so much quicker. It just the response is nice. It's a little
Responsive,
smoother.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Good stuff.
good stuff.
But yeah, she's been probably doing some small jobs on the side, just to get her training in. Not really
Mhm.
getting paid for it.
Yeah.
And
Test infiltrations.
Yeah, and then occasionally sneaking out to hang out with her bowling friend, and probably sneaking out to just enjoy the town a little bit.
Nice. What has Fritz been up to aside from watching Swoller Bear on the news?
Swoller Bear. Just that. Just glued to the TV like Solar
I
Bear.
don't watch this.
Swoller Bear #1 fan.
Cheering for him.
No, so he has been recovering from the total ridiculous cacophony of terrible shit that's befallen him. He has had Bennett Crowley, his ghoul drug dealer, delivering him regular over-the-counter pharmaceuticals to help with his wounds, just things for his like migraines that he's been getting sometimes, and he just has him running out and getting things. For the first month afterward, though, Fritz was every day scouting out his bunker in Detroit, not sleeping in there, finding other places to sleep, as he has been doing for years. He like siphons some money out of some rich douchebag's account all over the place to keep himself funded. But to make sure that no one at As Technology or the cartel knew about his location, for a solid month he had high security. He wasn't staying there and he was monitoring it, but there's been no trace of anyone looking for him, so he's settled back in. And the past month he's kind of just been having some R&R, just trying to decompress from all of everything scrambling around in his mind.
Yeah. And that R&R, I'm sure, is not that easy, given that you're living in the Auburn Blight, which is basically like the Barrens, except even shittier than the Barrens in Seattle.
There's a couple times where some kind of gang member-ish folk have come up, found this bunker and tried to break in. But as soon as they were met with sentry guns, they decided maybe not. But yeah,
Is it wrong that I just imagine that Fritz has this constant like turf war with like a badger or a skunk?
No, because out here in the Auburn Blight, it's probably like an awakened fucking badger.
Badger.
Awakened honey badger. Yeah, it's like Far Cry where he lives.
Yeah. I just imagine you like walking outside and being like, that honey badger.
Whenever he has to get the paper off of his porch, there's like some sort of wildebeest or something hiding in the bushes.
That honey badger, it just doesn't give a shit.
It just doesn't care. It's nasty. So within the last week or so, he's sitting, recording another, keeping himself up to date with his pre-recorded messages for whenever he has an incident. But in the past 2 months, there hasn't been incident. He doesn't know if it's sheer luck or if there's some sort of improvement to his brain or his health. But he's recording another message, and entirely German as well. But he's just updating himself on, he says, within the last month, Mr. Crowley had assisted me with some maintenance on this cerebral booster I had planted in my brain in order to stabilize my degrading condition. And further analysis has shown that my condition is somewhat dormant for the time being. I'm not sure if this is timing or if this is an improvement. Hopefully it is the latter, but I'm not giving anything the benefit of the doubt, as this is not something that's healthy to underestimate. But thankfully, the number has stayed the same for the 2 months. And what seemed hazy with the memories at first slowly have become more clear for me. Past events have been brought back, and I believe I have recovered an estimated 95% of any memory loss that has occurred. Things from over a decade or 2 decades, 3 ago, still a bit hazy, but I'm able to remember what I ate this morning. There's another lull. Like his the videos, he usually edits them down a bit, but his videos are like usually just him trying to info dump himself. So there's a bit of a pause, trying to figure out what's going on. And then not figure out what's going on, but like just trying to think if there's anything he missed. And he says, plot point, I'll spend one here. A couple of weeks ago, I sent a somewhat of an apology to young Amelia. And I'm hoping that I didn't hurt the poor child with my baggage, but no contact with the team for the last 2 months outside of the package I sent, and this would have been something that Deliverance would have received. It's a card that has an equation inside of it, and Amelia would know that this is the answer she was looking for in her equation. But it's that, and I haven't, in chat, this is something like I thought about a little bit before the session, but Fritz didn't send her like flowers or something because he didn't know if she was like, if she had allergies or what she was allergic to. So what would have been a good present to send with this card, chat?
Teddy bear. Vodka.
He wouldn't treat her as being super young, because the first time he met her, she had fucking alcohol. But he wouldn't send her alcohol either. So just like a neat gift that he thinks an angsty teenager who likes math would like, without seeming like a doofus. But yeah, he says, I sent that, and yeah, hopefully that resolves. But haven't spoken to the team in quite some time. The information I learned of Volta, it seems so obvious now that there is some sort of corporation work going on there, which piques my curiosity with this. If she is so closely integrated into a corporation, why is she parading as a Shadowrunner? And if she had Ares ties, why not send her with Ares specialists? You'd think that if she was a soldier or something, so she would have regular backup. But there's not enough information. It's not even a certainty that there's any extreme corporate ties, but this is speculation at this point. But it's dangerous. And he like, to the camera, he like moves his hair out of the way, and there's a big stitched gash on his head, and he says, "This is not something I want to happen again. I don't need any more cybered up scheisse in my life, beating my brain into a pulp. My age is already doing that for me." Anyway, I've gotten carried away. This is message, blah, 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 blah. And he documents everything at the end and shuts it down.
I have an idea for the gift that you could give Amelia.
Oh yeah, what?
A old ring notebook binder thing. I actually have one. One of these.
A trapper keeper?
No, one of these.
One of those?
Because she was using all of her like library books to find empty space to write all her equations in.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
She's using real paper, and obviously she likes it that way than actually doing it all
Except
online.
have quotes, like it has quotes on the bottom from one of the things in chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
What? Quotes at the bottom from one of the things in chat.
Yeah, like
Chat's got a bunch of
Sartre,
those
Stephen Hawking,
lists.
Nietzsche.
Yeah.
What kind
So
of
here's-
of philosopher would Fritz enjoy?
So, oh my god.
And want to
Definitely.
impart
The
on
question
Amy.
the question is, which philosopher wouldn't he enjoy? All right, so oh god, because I want to allot this to a specific person in chat, but I also had an idea from last session that I remembered someone bringing up about those notes that she was taking. So, Broken Whitefire for Stephen Hawking. Is it okay if I give this to a couple people for giving me the suggestions for the philosophers themselves?
Depends. Which taken?
I was seeing Stephen Hawking with from Bro and Whitefire. I just like Palmer talking about like nihilism is worse than existentialism. Just that quote somewhere in there. So Palmer. But yeah, so not Kanye. Nick, you're
Palmer
gone.
J.
Kanye quotes.
But yeah, so basically Broen for Stephen Hawking and other philosophers, and Palmer for just that quote, nihilism is worse than existentialism. That's written in there somewhere. And this wasn't a suggestion given, but my friend, Sirkif, who was here last session, or who was in the audience last session, brought up, because he does this kind of shit too, but just like this equation shit. He was bringing up like having a dry erase board or a piece of glass that you could write on and then erase. So it is a notebook that instead of having paper pages has some dry erase material that you can use on each page. So you don't have to erase the page and start over. There's multiple pages in this like kind of binder looking situation, and within the binder is the envelope, or is the letter that has the fixed equation. And so she would receive that. It would just have like a tag or something on it that says it just says -F. So thank you, chat, for that, and thank you, Sirkif. I don't know if you're here, but yeah.
All right. I'm gonna spend a plot point.
She breaks it.
To say that Fritz, you get like as soon as you finish your video, you're like whatever matrix alarm systems that you have are like bing, like you get like that somebody is hacking or attempting to hack you.
Oh yeah, Fritz he ends his call and this happens and he just like a not again, like
These bandits don't know when to quit.
So in meat space, I'm sorry, this
Matrix plus firewall test, please.
For me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not. Oh my god, I'm not even in Roll20. I'm a fucking idiot, Chad. I knew I was missing something.
What?
Something.
I have to roll dice?
Like what? I thought this was just my. This isn't my like fucking video resume for my acting ability. It wouldn't be that great.
Do you want me to roll anything, Oz?
Yeah, I'll roll something.
Hacking plus
Oh, okay,
firewall.
cool.
Well, as because this is just funny in my brain. In meat space, he's like, ugh. And he's like swearing at himself and stuff in German as he's walking over to a couch. And in the middle of a sentence, he just conks out and hits the sofa. But for him, he just continues the sentence and walking in the Matrix.
Oh, that's
So you wanted a Matrix plus firewall.
Yep.
That's a cute visual.
I have to mark that. That's one of those things I dodge in perception that I have to mark down. What is that?
It's logic plus logic. Because
Logic
your
plus
firewall is
logic.
equal to your logic. So whenever I say logic plus firewall, that's what I mean.
Oh, logic. Not Matrix plus firewall.
Oh, did I say Matrix?
All
plus
right.
firewall? Sorry.
I think
Unless you do have a firewall.
I said it. I don't really.
Maybe. Point is,
Hey
logic plus
chat,
firewall.
how you doing? I'm a mess. All right. So logic plus logic, 12. I'm in VR.
Do
So.
you have anything that affects firewalls too? I think Retro had one, so that's
Thank
why
you
I'm trying
for
to.
the reminder, but I don't
no problem.
think so actually. I know I have reduced matrix damage.
Okay.
But that's about it. So logic, I get to reroll 2 dice, so that's 12 and 2 plus 1 because VR. 5 successes.
Are you comfortable with this level of success?
Oh god. That voice
You know what? You know what? Thanks for the fucking bit edge, because I'll just use that. I'm not gonna get chumped by whoever the fuck is invading my own home. You know what I'm saying? So 13. So that's 8, right? 9 successes. Are you comfortable with that level of success?
All right. So when you immediately block off the intrusion, and you're able to trace it to, like, just immediately to an icon that you recognize is residing in Oakland, County. And as you like look through, you're just like, this is Deliverance's home.
I'm gonna counter hack.
Can I? Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay, go ahead. Give me your matrix plus hack. I'm sorry, your logic. Okay, oh, I did do it. Okay, your logic plus hacking.
All right.
Are you seeing what Nick just?
Yeah, did you please look at what Nick just
I just need to stop for a sec.
Are you comfortable with this level of commitment? All right. So 10, 11, all right, so 11 and 2, 8 successes.
Oh my god, you are on a roll!
I'm on a roll.
Yeah, pun intended.
Deliverance, you hear panicked screaming coming from Amy's bedroom.
That's amazing.
Oh my god. I love the idea that he walks into the Matrix, sees this thing, and goes, whoosh, and then like immediately like pokes and goes immediately into her shit.
Like opens up a door.
So what does this look like to Amy? Like what she?
I would imagine it looks like all of this, anything that she has up is just starting to just crumble, like crash, crumble, error windows, like your firewall has been like busted through, like those messages of like
You get the Microsoft paperclip guy that pops up.
It looks like you're being hacked.
Yeah. You've been hacked.
And maybe even like, would you say, Fritz, like your icon kind of shows up maybe?
I was gonna say, can I straight up push through and have the fucking silhouette of him pop up with like the voice modulated thing? So like, oh my god, and then he pops up on the screen.
It's just 10 times
and
worse.
he
She's
says,
like, oh god.
he's like, if you know what's good for you, and like stops and like sees her.
She's like,
but he's still silhouetted. She wouldn't know who he was, but Deliverance 1,000,000% would if she walked in. But yeah, he stops in the middle of a sentence and he's kind of given pause by seeing. He sees Amy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She tries to like shut everything down really fast. She tries to like, yeah.
Is that something that I can stop?
I don't know.
Like if she physically turns something off, I can't affect that.
No,
right?
That's turning something off means that it cuts off the connection.
Okay.
Yeah, so she like screams, turns it off, and then Deliverance like rushes into her room.
She didn't even see
it. and she's like, "What's wrong, honey?"
Nothing's wrong. I saw a spider. I saw a roach. A roach spider.
A roach spider.
Really?
It was a roach it was a spider riding on a roach. It was so gross.
Why would a spider be? What are you doing in here?
Nothing.
All right, well, get ready. We're going to see your daddy in a couple hours.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. Where are we going? Chat, where has Sergeant Abraham decided to have dinner tonight? His welcome back dinner.
Are we like would there be like some kind of reunion?
Is he
airport?
Is he like a super out of touch dad who doesn't understand like teenagers? Would this be a fucking like 6th world Chuck E. Cheese?
Well, I mean, he hasn't seen her in 6 months. or 8 months.
Honestly, I didn't see my nephew in 3 months, and like I bought him some Hot Wheels in Australia, and he didn't like them because he wasn't into Hot Wheels anymore. So like
Because
6
it's
months
fascinating.
for like a teenager, like I'm pretty sure.
You know what I
Pretty
just heard?
sure, I mean, yeah.
Hot Wheels for Trav.
I love Hot
You
Wheels.
got your own Hot
Yeah.
Wheels, yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I had a great collection of Hot Wheels as a kid.
Dude, Hot Wheels and Beanie Babies, top notch.
I
All
didn't have
right,
those.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah.
so
So Deliverance, where are they
a greasy
having?
barbecue.
Let's say it is at a zoo slash steakhouse.
God damn.
That's dark, Nick. That's dark.
You can eat their family in front of them. That's where all of our supervillains go and eat.
I guess. Yeah. Ooh, whoops, that's wrong.
That's where,
Literally,
that's
like
where
Duncan and
Duncan ate.
Casalora. Yeah, they're just having a dinner. They're just having,
Oh my
this,
God.
this steak is pretty good.
That was their pre-kidnap luncheon. Was there eating like a zebra in front of another zebra?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna add a little twist though. It's actually a vegan restaurant.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
So
I
I just imagine
steakhouse?
it where like
Soy
you sit down in front of the zebras and they're like, "You're having the zebra dinner. This is what zebras would normally eat," and it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
a bunch of grass. Like,
Yeah, but you like smell animal poop. It's a bad idea. It's a really bad idea.
horrible restaurant. My
They close
god.
down weekly for salmonella scares.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they're like the big like reunion is at an airbase, and then they're gonna go to this zoo steakhouse, zoo soy house.
Oh my gosh.
Mom, it's really hot out. Why do we have to go to the zoo?
Oh, I don't know.
Can't you make him change where we're having dinner?
It was Robbie's turn to choose. He just likes seeing the animals.
Aw.
We'll be all right. We'll sit as far away as we can from the zebras. I know they smell.
God, I can't even with their smell.
Yeah, it's it can be something else. But hey, we get to see your daddy tonight.
Okay.
Now don't get too excited.
And I'm not. Okay, well, great. I'm gonna get dressed now. Bye.
Deliverance kind of like glares at her even as she like turns away, and then very calmly closes the door. And then once it's closed, she like just like a silent like, oh god, and
Parenthood.
goes off to get ready. She's like
Mhm.
Did I get into her comm link? Did she have a comm link?
you
Amy?
did at one point, yeah.
Well, no, but Amy's comm link
now.
just now when I hacked into everything. Did I hack into
She
her
shut
comm
everything
link?
off.
You had
She
8
shut everything
successes.
off when she panicked.
So even her comm link?
Yeah, everything shut off.
Okay.
Yeah, she flipped.
Yeah.
I think
I
she
want
as
that
soon as Deliverance leaves, she turns it back on though. And she's like,
Well, but then I would have to re-hack into it, right? Because
Correct.
it was yeah. So
right,
he's
so
just
Fritz,
like
yeah, so if you're
Yeah.
waiting for a while around that area, you would see the icon turn back on again.
he's probably sitting there with the face of that meme with the guy with the question marks all over his head. He's like he's like staring into Matrix space, like probably like at the Google Maps, like
Yeah.
the Matrix map, like top view
Yeah.
of her house or her
Yeah.
comic book shop. He's like, what the fuck? And then like sees all of it kind of boop. And
and I'll add one little detail that her Matrix handle, she calls herself Nightmare.
What an angsty, edgy teenager.
There's more to it, but yes, she calls herself
XX Nightmare XX.
Nightmare.
And
Nightmare
the one
69.
is or the I is a 1.
Yeah.
So I'm able to send someone a message even if I'm not hacked into their stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I see her comm link on one of the burners, he just sends over a message that says, "So I see you got my gift."
I don't even know what she would do. I think she would stare at it for a couple seconds and be like,
Frank Infurter. That's what his name is on the Matrix.
and I think her answer would be, "How did you do that?"
Yeah.
How did you shut her out so completely?
What I want to know is, why did you do that? Still in text form.
I just thought I was just messing around.
Well,
sorry,
if
I
you're
didn't
going
mean
to
to be-
mess around, do it to someone else's tech. Also, you may not want to. He like basically like gives her like a slight like critique, like kind of like I'm not. My brain isn't. Travis's brain isn't delved deep enough into Matrix stuff to like say specifically what's what, but it's probably something along the lines of like, you should look into getting something that can remove your stuff from God or whatever. I know it's not sounding great coming out of my mouth, but Fritz is a genius.
Gives her a hot tip.
He gets that's her hot tip.
It's like a little bit of a pause, and she says, "Thanks, sorry." Sheepish.
Yeah.
You can read in the text it's sheepish.
Yeah, he'll just turn his comlink off and stop sending messages after that.
Okay. I want to see what we can do.
You should have not been comfortable with that level of success.
let's see what Voltar's up to on this evening.
What day is it?
It's June. It's June.
I feel like it's safe to just be like, yeah, it's June.
I'm just thinking like.
Oh, like a weekday.
Is it bowling night? Like.
Of course, it's bowling night.
Every night's bowling night.
Every night's bowling night. Then, yeah, I think around this time she'd be attempting to sneak out unless her father or Gage stops her.
With that stealth practice, I don't think so.
It's his own fault for training me.
Yeah, you like walk past your weapons rack that now has that brand new plasma rifle, like, boop, popped onto it. The first of your collection.
I don't mean to interrupt the narrative. I just want some clarification on this bowling alley. I thought this was this is a physical bowling alley? I thought this was one that you kind of like jumped into the Matrix.
It's like a Matrix bowling alley. Well, that was the one that you met at, but it doesn't mean that you can't start meeting at a real one.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll spend a plot point to make it a physical one if I need to.
Yeah, I think we established it in the last episode. It was a physical one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So
Want me to roll my stealth? Okay. Do you want me to roll my stealth?
No. What I would like you to do is roll your athletics. -2, because you suck at bowling.
Oh, I'm bowling now. Okay, actually made it out. Unseen, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm skipping us ahead to the bowling.
9 and... Okay. Boop and boop. 4 successes.
All right. You get your very first strike.
Yes! Baldur gets really excited about it.
Yeah, bro's like, oh, there you go, congrats. See, practice makes perfect. This big hulking minotaur in this bowling alley that everyone's like giving you side glances because you're like this really odd pair of like cyber, total cyber like lady who's probably really short compared to this minotaur. This massive minotaur. And you're both bowling, and for some reason, this is your first strike ever. Everyone's just like, we're not touching this.
I imagine that whenever we get excited, people look over at us like, oh god. Like, yeah, Volta is very proud of her strike. And she looks at the board and that's her only one that got points. Like the rest are all like blanks and lines.
Gutter balls. Over and over.
And she turns around after her strike and she goes, beat that.
How many bowling balls has she broken? Also, what weight number does she bowl at?
Yeah.
Roll a d6 for how many balls she broke.
Is that even possible to break a bowling ball?
I mean, have you seen
difficult.
Voltar?
She's smoking 4.
Yeah.
She did break one in the last session. I do remember.
There was one of
describing
those was
that.
an alley that you literally just like made this huge dent in because you like you decided to do an overhand and you just like chucked it into the bowling alley. This is actually your third bowling alley that you've had to go to because you've been kicked out of the other 2.
Kicked out of the other 2. I'm really glad that there's so many.
Yeah, I am so happy that there are so many bowling alleys.
Well, this
in
is the
town.
last one, so try not to mess this one up. And you look around, this bowling alley, this is like the crappiest possible bowling alley you can be at.
Yeah.
It's got like 3 lanes and this like just obnoxious, loud techno music you can barely hear each other in. And the whole thing is like day glow. Under night lights, and
is this like, is it like super like Slavic techno, like
sure,
like the super like nightclubby weird
House
fucking
music.
techno. By the way, I've looked up on Google. The lightest bowling ball, at least in our world, is 16 pounds, or the heaviest bowling ball is 16 pounds.
Wow.
So check that out, depending on what bowling weight that she goes for.
Yeah. I mean, knowing her, she would go for something really heavy.
Yeah.
Good challenge for her.
So this is just loud music. And all right, so first strike. So bro says, all right, well, I said I'd do it. And he orders you a shake. Ice cream
Ooh.
shake.
Great.
Yeah.
She gladly takes it.
I was expecting it to be alcohol, and I have a cue for that.
So
He pulls out a flask and says, spike it.
no, thank you. My body is a temple. And she sips on her shake.
At least it has been since 4.1.
And yeah, it says, well, hope you enjoy the ice cream. I know it's really hot out. Ziggy said so.
Yes, it is hot.
So hot.
It's all right though. Oh my God, is he? He said so hot, and I imagined him looking at her, and I took that horribly wrong in my head.
Yeah, no, not like that. No, this bowling alley doesn't even have like air conditioning, so it's like muggy inside. Yeah, you're surprised there are even people bowling, but there's like a couple of punks, like just
Yeah.
One of them, I wanted to
Getting
do this.
drunk around
I don't want
beers.
to be real. One of them is
do.
definitely Swoller Bear. Actually, the
Oh my
plot
God.
point. So that just goes full circle. The super Slavic rundown bowling alley. There's a fucking plaque behind him, like the camera's in front of him, and he's making the same face that's on the face of him on the Bowler of the Month plaques. But it looks like that's been up there for a few months. Like they just haven't taken it down.
He makes them keep it up.
He's just being loud. They're all having ice cream.
ice cream and
Are
beers.
Ice cream
Like
and
more
beer.
ice cream than they should normally have.
Do I notice him at all?
Of course.
He's hard
Sounds
to
like he'd be
not.
hard to miss. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a very
hard to miss.
large man.
He's a troll. Yeah, he's the other large one in this very cramped bowling alley.
I mean, if Ares is trying to track this guy down,
They never said all that. He was just stealing ice cream trucks. Right?
well, if he causes a commotion, Volter will do something.
I'll spend a plot point. Swoller Bear looks over in your direction and he says, "Hey, you bowl."
I was hoping for
Volter,
this.
Volter will look over and at Bro, and then look back at Swoller Bear. And she kind of does that thing where she goes, was it directed at her? Yeah.
The Swoller Bear is speaking to you. Thank you to Soy Mage. He only talks in third person.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Soy
Oh my
Mage.
god, that's amazing.
Swoller Bear is my favorite character.
Look, listen. I don't know if you've noticed, but I happen to be the champion. The Swoller Bear happens to be the champion in this bowling alley. And I need competitors, and nobody comes here anymore because ever since they opened up that other stupid bowling alley down in Highland Park, everybody, so much better than this one, and they won't let me in there. I assume they won't let you in there either.
I broke their alleys.
Nah, so did I. We should
So
compete.
As she looks at Rose.
I am down if you are.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you think we can win?
Oh. But we should try anyway. I have some time left.
All right,
Plus-
chat, can you tell us what is the prize? What for winning the bowling tournament in this shit bowling alley?
So I just wanna preface. So Swoller Bear definitely wearing some. He has like Adidas tracksuit pants and like a very large like white tank top. And I am imagining him with a luchador mask. I kind of want him to have a luchador mask. He has a luchador mask. And the loud techno music is coming from one of his buddies who's like a really small guy in like the Adidas tracksuit and like shades, and he has like the equivalent of a 6th World boombox like right on his shoulder, pumping these fucking Slavic jams. And he doesn't ever say anything. He just looks at you like this. So he has a very like Slavic crew with him.
Man. A whole
taxidermy
taxidermy bear?
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing, Nick Morgan. Oh.
Well, I mean, the what you wager. I mean, he's the champion. If you beat him, you're gonna be the champion. His name is
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
His name's Unz the Third.
Unz the
What's the
Third.
third?
Unz,
times three?
Unz. Thank you to Gray Man. Points over to Unz and says he's the referee.
Wagers the mask. Was that what you were oohing about?
I like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like it too. I say we take that one. It says, and if you win, you get the mask that denotes the winner of the bowling tournament in this bowling alley. This could be you.
What is this?
And like, now that you look at the rest of the previous winners, everyone's wearing this mask. Like for some reason, it's the trophy.
And also, it looks really kind of gross, like it's stained and sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah,
What does
it's-
it look like? Because Volter's just gonna be like, oh, alright, great.
Oh, it's definitely black and white, like a polar bear.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
like a bowling pin.
Like
Black and
there you
white, like a
go.
bowling pin,
Well,
yeah.
that's like red and
Red and white.
White.
Oh, so red and white. Yeah, mainly
red and
white.
white. Yeah.
Red line, and maybe some like, red line, white, and obviously the place is called Lucha Bowl.
Lucha Bowl.
That's the best I've got.
Oh, I don't have any more plot points, but I really want to just throw in a solid like thing, but I won't.
Well, tell me what it is, and I'll use one of mine.
Well, I was just gonna have like the look because they said like if you
That's not how
win, you
do
get
it.
his mask.
I was like, oh, it seems very.
I was surprised
There's
you
a
didn't pick
quality.
it right away.
There's an amp to take if you want that, where you give each other
There's
plot
a-
points. So,
Oh, well, yeah. We've done it in the
Nah.
past though. Like someone spent a plot point to make
true.
something happen that someone else wanted to do.
We
No.
have.
Well, no.
Not anymore.
So yes, so everybody wears this mask, and it's a sense of pride. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Walther just kind of he boasts about the mask, and she just visibly just goes. Like she doesn't
Also
know how to feel
part
about
of
that.
two karma.
Ooh. Now you're talking. I could use that. I'm out.
God damn it.
Yeah,
I hate
she
that.
says,
Bring it on.
What happens if
Excellent.
he wins? What does he get if he wins?
That's
He
true.
keeps his title.
What does she have to give?
yeah, I
Well,
guess
he's
he
gonna
just
give
gets
her the
title.
mask and the title and money.
And
She has to
I-
get money if she loses, right?
That's
Isn't
true.
that how
She
it works?
does. She has to put something in, doesn't she?
Yeah, the pot.
Unless it's
Can I-
the Lucha Bowl is obviously sponsoring the two karma. That's what they're
Oh,
fronting.
the pot. Okay, okay.
Yeah, but it would
Yeah.
be really funny if Unz
Yeah, if I had to give
suggested
something.
her cyber arm. Hey, I want your arm.
All right, Rocket.
That was the plot point I wanted to spin.
Yeah.
But so whether or not that actually happens is up to everybody else. But
The only thing that I can think of is one of his companions points out that, like, if we win, he gets to take you anywhere he wants, like on a date. Which that would be torture for
Oh
Walther. She would-
no. Well, yeah, but he would
no.
do
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty gross.
That's pretty gross. I'm gross. No, sorry. The Swoller Bear is gross.
I'm glad you know that, Swoller Bear.
Swallow
I like-
Bear makes
I like the
no.
idea that Swoller Bear is not gross.
Yeah, me too.
Hey,
Gentleman.
that's pretty disgusting and creepy.
I just
I am a
imagine he
gentleman.
Let's not doing
I
that.
just,
Swoller
I would
Bear is
imagine
not
he would
some
just
sort
kind
of.
of. I imagine, like, if his friend mentions it, he kind of gives him this look, and he mentions that she's completely cyber look at her, and she just
Oh.
gets pissed.
I have an idea. They say they want to go for a ride on Bros. It's Bros, right? That's his like.
On Bro.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
the Minotaur.
Bro. Yeah. So they want like him to be like a
Okay.
like
All right.
like a.
So,
Piggy
got
bank.
it. So, if you lose, Swoller Bear gets to take you out on date, and my buddy Unz gets to ride Bros down the street and back
Da.
like pony.
Yeah. Привет, Bunny.
Oh, great.
I can barely hear what he's saying.
There's so often you just hear this, like, yeah, like from the back. Yeah, she looks at Rose and makes sure he's okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, it's kind of demeaning, but sure, whatever. Let's do it.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, all of them
think
are Russian. Every single one of them. They're all super cheeky breeky.
I'd like to think.
She,
I'd like to think, Voltar, that if you have a direction with this, you'll take it to the extreme, and you'll get even better.
That is
So
a
deep.
good way to think of that.
Excellent. So you now have a date to do this in, let's say, a week's time. So you have a
Okay.
week's worth of practice.
Oh, keep us on suspense. Who's gonna win? Voltar or Swoller Bear?
I hope me. I really do. I don't.
Swoller Bear has custom ball.
Does it just
Yes,
have a
dude.
picture of a bear on it, like a bear head? Like,
It's literally his face.
from the
It's
picture.
it's the same picture
It's the
from the
same
picture,
picture.
and he also makes that expression all the time. So there's just pictures of him everywhere.
That's amazing.
Meanwhile, at the vegan soy restaurant at the zoo, everybody's ordering, and well, actually, everybody's in the middle of their soy slabs of meats flavored into different zoo animals, and And yeah, Sergeant Abraham is sitting. Would he be like next to Deliverance or probably like directly across?
I think
directly across, right?
I think sure.
What do you think?
So, Master Sergeant Abraham Jackson is like a very tall, broad-shouldered, extremely fit, close-shaven, and he is clearly out of Deliverance's league. Like, he's extremely attractive, and she's like, her and him and Sophia, and the little 3-year-old, they're having a good time. They're chatting. But Amy's just sort of like a silo unto herself. She's just kind of like doing her thing, like picking out her food. And Deliverance says, "Abe, do you like the soy zebra steak?"
Oh, I did. It was quite delicious. It was it was tasty in all the ways I did not expect.
Nice to have some real food for a change, I imagine.
Well, you know, after all that
Real-ish.
slop, yeah. This is definitely a leg up. Yeah. It's good to see you again. It's good to see everybody.
God!
And he like looks around the table, and all the kids are sitting and they're like, Sophia and Reggie are kind of like right now they're getting into like a little slap fight for a second, and Amy's just like a scoff, and like I'm she's kind of entertained on AR.
Deliverance just leans into him and says, "I just can't believe you're finally here. This is just surreal." And she reaches over and touches his hand. It's just like, God, I miss you so much.
I know, I miss you too. Yeah, it's been a while, huh? It's too bad this deployment only lasts a couple months, but at least I get to spend some time with the family.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, just completely relaxed, 100% stay-at-home dad, take a load off. I mean, I know you've been working really hard.
Yeah. Oh, I've got so much going on. Yeah, everything's been crazy. It's it's great to have you back.
Yeah, how's the comic shop doing?
Not bad.
Mom, Reggie's hitting me! Make him stop!
She kind of does like the mom thing where she keeps talking, and she just sort of like reaches over and she's like, "Yeah, David's been working out real well. I had my doubts about him at first," and she's like picking up the kid and
ow, he's pinching me!
And she's like, "Don't do that." And I think that he could maybe be the assistant manager. That I'm considering promoting him, actually.
Oh, okay.
Reggie, I said no. Do you want a timeout?
I don't want a timeout.
All right, that's what I thought. Now, here. You like if you sit nice to have a cookie. There you go. All right.
Oh, cookie.
Yeah. Now eat your cookie and don't touch your sister.
All right.
Oh, Sophia, did you bring it? Did you bring the drawing you made for your dad?
I sure did, and she holds up a drawing of him riding a tank.
Aww.
And he's like saluting. But he's on top of the tank, and like he's not even halfway in. He's just like standing on this tank on top.
On the tank.
Extremely safe.
Yeah. And a big UCAS flag that just happens to be like a little on a radio antenna on the tank.
But it's like huge, like
yeah, it's too large, yeah.
There's like one too many stars.
Aw. That's really good. You're getting better. Yeah, they're just growing up so fast, huh?
Oh man, she's probably 3 inches taller than when you last saw her. And then she kind of gestures to Amy. This one too. She's had plenty going on, haven't you, Amy?
What? Huh? Sorry, I was looking at something.
like this
tell your dad. Tell
version
your
of
dad.
Candy
How
Crush.
about how school's going?
It's fine. And he goes, Sergeant Abraham looks and says, well, what about that Ares, did that interview go okay? Did you go to the interview? What did they say? She's like, no, we canceled the interview. I was like, he looks over at Deliverance like, I thought we talked about this.
Do you want dessert, honey?
I think that would be best, yeah.
And she
Yeah.
she kind of looks at the other kids, and they order dessert. She gets a root beer float, and but it's called like a lemur float or something. Like it's like yeah, and the waiter when they come in, they throw the ice cream into it. It's like this big thing where like wow, like a lemur throwing poop. And
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
The thing that lemurs are most known to do.
or
And
whatever.
they're just like,
monkeys do
wee!
that. Reggie loves it, and Amy's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like so embarrassed to be here. Yeah, and they finished up dinner, amicably. It's kind of a regular family dinner, but
Yeah.
Deliverance is very carefully avoiding talking about this in front of the kids.
Yeah. So
This music
yeah, right.
is so great.
The drive back home is probably between Sergeant Abraham and yourself is relatively awkwardly quiet, but the kids are in the back screaming and pinching each other and
There's like
causing a general
separations
ruckus.
going on and like finger shaking and yeah, I think just to jump ahead a little, they everybody's in bed and Abe and Deliverance are sitting up on the couch, and she's snuggling him. And she's like, I can't believe you're here. And she's like touching his chest, like, I can't believe you're actually here.
Well, I know. This is way sexier than I intended. I'm sorry. This music.
Well, it is their reunion.
He does a tender caress of your face, and well, I guess fade to black. that scene. You wake up next morning, and he's when you wake up, he's already in the bathroom. You see him he's just in a towel and brushing his teeth.
And she has a bam flashback of Senor Azucar in his gold skin tight swimsuit, and she kind of does one of these a blink and a well, that's a nice set to wake up to, Abe.
Yeah, I woke up like this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh boy, I miss you.
Yeah, his hair's already well, then again, it's just buzzed, so never mind. He doesn't have cool hair like I do.
He'll get there.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's like, I'm thinking of growing out my hair a little bit. I'm gonna do something like this, and he shows you a picture in AR that looks like my hair, which is super cool.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I heard about this Pokemon named Pidgeotto. He's
He just goes with a Pidgeotto.
I don't know why my fucking
God,
husband
yeah.
is Obama, but I know we've been
kind of just avoiding the topic, but what happened with Amy? Just pass the opportunity like that.
I mean, I already told you, Abe. I just don't feel comfortable with it. They can slice and dice her whatever way they want. As soon as we sign her over, she's theirs.
Well, that we gotta let him go at some point, right?
Yeah.
Fly the nest.
She just turned 14. She's not.
Well, yeah, but
She's not ready for that, and I just can't abide it.
you should see some of the prodigies and the higher ups and their stories. You know, they were recruited when they were 14, 15, sometimes even younger. Yeah, I mean, that's it's a shame. I mean, I'm sure if anything they'll call back. She's I think they'll want her. You know?
It'll be her choice eventually, but at this point, I want her to have all the facts. They're always very opaque about these things. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell you what they're really gonna do. We've seen it. We know what happens to these people. I don't want her to be a. I don't want her to become a tech zombie or a. You know.
Are you okay? You seem bothered.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't know, but give me a contest.
I think the phrase "I'm fine" straight up just says like, no,
Yeah.
no, everything's
Yeah.
wrong.
I will spend a point of edge.
Pretty good time.
This is what I'm spending my point of edge on. Are you comfortable with this level of success?
Am I comfortable? You know, I got 3 edge still, so I'm gonna go ahead and another 3, so 6.
All right. I also got 6 successes, so you beat it just narrowly.
Just.
He kind of gives you the eye and says, "Well, all right."
You know what? It's been a long 6 months.
Yeah.
And do you know where you're going next?
Chat. Where's he
And-
being deployed to next?
I'm actually gonna take a suggestion that came up long ago.
Oh,
I
great.
pulled it and brought it in.
Okay, you have it. I
From
don't have to go.
Palmer. Here we go. Here's what Palmer said. Returning from deployment for a new mysterious assignment.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take that one.
Secret agent stuff.
Mysterious. So mysterious. I don't know. Oz can run around with that one, but
Right. But you don't know that. We just know that as
Mhm.
players. We're meta-knowledging.
yeah, Deliverance is like, what do you have to do next? Are you back to the same spot, or?
Well, you know, they haven't assigned me yet. They just know that they're sending me out in a couple months.
Oh, a couple months.
They said it was up in the air.
All right.
You know, could be Middle East. Could be
Gonna be a long one again.
you know.
Who
knows?
I guess that's
They're-
normal. It feels long.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, could be Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago?
Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully not
safe.
Chicago. No, Chicago
God, I
is
hope not.
most definitely not safe.
Oh God.
Well, you know, I can handle myself.
I worry about you though. You know.
Talking about Chicago like it's North Korea.
But it's like the worst in Shadowrun. It's terrible.
I like.
Yeah.
It's just funny because like yeah,
Yeah.
it's like sixth world.
Right. And he's gonna say, you know, I was thinking, life is funny how two people who never would have met, you know, got paired up together to live this life, and look at us now.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, I think about that sometimes. It was kind of crazy. Never would have thought I'd end up here.
He leans back on the dresser, and is just kind of like, well, gotta say, I'm actually I missed this. I missed this a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry I've been distant. I don't know. Things have been tough with Amy, and I know you were really had your heart set on Aries, and
Well, look, it's fine. I mean, end of the day, Amy is your daughter.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're her daddy as much as anyone.
Oh. Yeah, but you know.
She
It's
loves
not
you,
the same.
babe. It is the same. She loves you, even though she's kind of a. She's been.
A brat.
She's been, yeah, about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been tough. She listened to you better than me, that's for sure. But anyway.
Yeah. Let's see about that. I've been gone so long. I don't know if she'll actually respect me.
Well, you just, I don't know, pull out those military moves where you make anybody do what you want, right?
Right.
All right. Well, let's get going. We're going to church. Let's go.
All right. And yeah, so you start getting into your Sunday best.
So, just a question for Travis's brain. The guardian spirit, he's like hanging out on top of your house?
Yes, only Deliverance can see this. So like when you're,
Right.
and we'll cut to, you know, everybody's in their church clothes. They're like packing into the minivan, and Deliverance looks up and sees this like 9-foot tall guardian angel with like this gladius sword, just basically perched on top like a gargoyle on your roof.
If anybody has played Diablo, I just imagine Tyrael. So
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh my god! Sword Mage, that's exactly what I was gonna do. That's Reggie he looks up at the spirit and goes, "Hi!" And Deliverance sees it and is like, "Okay, let's go, honey."
let's go into the car.
Okay.
Going up there with the lemonade. I love the pose, and obviously it's your character, or whatever. But I love the pose of like he's sitting, but his giant sword is like embedded into the roof, so he's sitting like with it, like sitting like there, and his wings are just constantly like floating.
Yeah.
Hi.
So cute.
All right. Well, I would say after that, it's well, I don't know if I want to go to break on this just
I
yet.
have to pee.
You have to pee.
Does that help?
I
help
have
enforce
to
your decision?
pee.
My guardian spirit's looking to break out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
So here's what we'll do. We'll say I'll do a quick scene. Where Voltar,
Sorry.
you finally get that message that you've been waiting on from
Oh,
Gage.
sweet.
Like, it's time. So,
Yeah, she just messages back like, I'll be there.
excellent. Bring a team.
Emoji.
All right, and you all get called by Voltar for a job. And I think that's where we're going to pause, take a 5-minute break, and we will return for more Join the Anarchy. Stay tuned.